Ancient wisdom teaches us, 3 people can turn into tigers, the words of others can be frightening. Stay alert and carve your own path. In ancient times, during the Warring States period, a high-ranking official from the state of Wei, named Being Kung, was sent as a hostage along with the crown prince to the state of Zhao. Before their journey to the capital, HNLN and Being Kung posed an intriguing question to King Wei: if someone told you they saw a tiger in the bustling crowd, would you believe them? The king replied confidently, of course not. Being Kung pressed on, asking, what if 2 people claimed they saw it? The king responded, I still wouldn't believe it. Finally, Being Kung asked, and if 3 people insisted they saw a tiger in the market? The king conceded, if that many people claim to have seen it, then it must be true, I cannot dismiss it. Upon hearing this, Being Kung reflected, as expected, this is where the issue lies. Both humans and tigers fear each other, and the perception of danger depends on who is stronger at any given moment. Everyone knows a tiger wouldn't dare roam through a market. If you don't assess the situation carefully and simply take the word of 3 people claiming there's a tiger, what happens when I arrive in HNLN? If more than 3 people speak ill of me, will you not conclude that I am indeed a villain? Before parting ways, he urged the king to be cautious and not to easily trust the words of others. After Being Kung left, those who held animosity towards him began to slander him in front of the king. Over time, the king, unfortunately, came to believe their accusations. This slander, when the royal family member returned from Han Dan to the state of Wei, led to the Wei king no longer wanting to meet with him. The saying 3 people become a tiger originates from the Warring States period and suggests that sometimes rumors can obscure the truth. This happens because people are easily influenced by group psychology, they tend to adjust their beliefs or behaviors to align with the group's standards. Some might claim they have strong convictions and won't easily change their views. However, when faced with collective opposition, can you still hold on to your opinion? American psychologist Solomon Asch conducted an experiment comparing line lengths, involving 1 actual student and 6 researchers who were in on the study. The student was always the last to respond after everyone else had given consistent answers. In the second round, the researchers intentionally provided incorrect responses, claiming a longer line was shorter. The student, feeling confused and doubting his own judgment despite having good eyesight, ultimately went along with the group's incorrect answer. So why do people conform to the crowd? There are 2 main reasons: to do what they believe is right and to gain acceptance. Under certain conditions, conformity increases specifically, as the size of the group grows. The more people there are, the easier it becomes for individuals to follow suit. The turtle turning into a tiger metaphor highlights several key aspects of group dynamics. First, it emphasizes the importance of consensus within a group. When everyone agrees on a particular behavior, let's call it AA, that behavior tends to be more pronounced. However, if even one person expresses a differing opinion, the overall expression of AA may decrease significantly. Second, the authority of group members plays a crucial role. If the group consists of renowned professors, we might hesitate to challenge their obviously incorrect statements due to their status. Conversely, if the group is made up of ordinary individuals, we're more likely to voice our disagreements immediately. Third, individual participation levels matter. Those who keep their thoughts to themselves show low engagement, while writing down ideas before sharing indicates moderate involvement. Openly expressing opinions reflects high engagement. Research shows that as personal participation increases, the likelihood of rejecting AA also rises. In simpler terms, AA serves as a prime example of how minorities often conform to the majority, but this conformity is voluntary on the part of the minority. This illustrates the value of maintaining independent thought and having unique perspectives. Next, let's delve into the saying "the fearsome words of the wise," which originates from an ancient poem called Zhongzi in the Book of Songs. The story behind this idiom tells of a young man named Zhongzi who fell in love with a girl. He wanted to sneak over to her house for a secret meeting, but she was worried that their love hadn't received parental approval and feared her parents would scold her if they found out. So, she urged him not to proceed with his plan. The young woman sings to her beloved T, asking him not to climb over the wall and break her mother-in-law's mulberry tree. It's not that she cares so much about the tree itself, she's more worried about what her parents might say. She remembers him fondly but fears her brothers will scold her if they find out about their secret rendezvous. So, she continues to plead with T not to sneak into her garden, expressing her concern about gossip. She reiterates that it's not just about the tree, it's the fear of being talked about by others that troubles her. She acknowledges that everyone faces scrutiny at some point who hasn't been the subject of whispers. There's a story that illustrates this perfectly. One day, an old man and a child were using a donkey to transport goods. After selling everything, the child rode the donkey home while the old man walked behind. Passers-by criticized the child for making the old man walk. In response, they switched places, but then the onlookers condemned the old man for being cruel to let the child ride alone. In a hurry, he lifted the child onto the donkey, only for the crowd to accuse them of neglecting the donkey's well-being. Eventually, both the old man and the child ended up walking alongside the donkey, while the spectators laughed at their foolishness. The old man sighed and shared a lesson with the child about how impossible it is to please everyone. Sometimes, we find ourselves carrying a heavy burden, and this reflects the reality of life. Our thoughts and actions are rarely perfect. Add to that the presence of those who thrive on gossip, and it's no wonder we face criticism. While it can be daunting, it's crucial to differentiate between constructive feedback and mere chatter. Take, for instance, the fable of the old man and the child. They found themselves in a tricky situation, partly due to the influence of gossip, but more so because they lacked their own judgment. If they continued to let others dictate their choices, wouldn't they risk being seen as foolish? We shouldn't allow the opinions of others to lead us into despair. Rejecting all external input isn't necessarily wise either. Sometimes, others' words act like mirrors, reflecting our flaws and mistakes back at us. Often, we're blind to our shortcomings while others can spot them easily. A wise person embraces feedback without fear, taking the time to listen and analyze it thoughtfully. Instead of dismissing what others say, we should ask ourselves why they are talking about us. Are our words and actions crossing any lines? What lessons can we learn from their observations? By maintaining this open mindset, even if the gossip isn't entirely accurate, we can still gain valuable insights. So, let's approach the chatter around us with curiosity rather than defensiveness, and use it as an opportunity for growth. When it comes to rumors and malicious gossip, it's essential to focus on our own path rather than getting caught up in negativity. While some chatter can be intimidating and, if mishandled, may harm self-esteem or strain relationships, the right approach can lead to personal growth, resilience, and success. We encourage listening to others but advise against blind trust. Instead, take the time to thoughtfully analyze each situation. The story of the three men who became tigers serves as a powerful reminder of the influence of public opinion and the importance of having our own beliefs. We shouldn't allow slanderous remarks to shake our determination. Instead, we should learn to listen, evaluate, and filter information wisely. Always believe in yourself, stay true to your chosen path, and keep striving toward your goals. Ultimately, true success and happiness stem from our perseverance and courage. As we wrap up this discussion, I want to sincerely thank you for taking the time to listen. I wish you and your families endless happiness, success, and peace in life. Until next time, take care.